shiny newsroom in beautiful downtown St. John's. It's the Big Shiny News Hour with your host, Sarah Walsh. Lansdowne.
Tonight's main story, a tabloid publication falsely claimed that Russian President Vladimir Putin was diagnosed with cancer at age 69. On behalf of the whole team at Big Shiny News, we would like to say
69.
Nice. In related news, the entire world has been diagnosed with cancer, and that cancer is Vladimir Putin.
In local news, justice mocker and waster of public funds, Stephen Hopkins, doing his best impression of Childish Gambino after a 2-week South American jungle toad-licking bender, continues to represent himself in court. That's the punchline. This week's attempt to put Justice Burrage in an early grave sees Mr. Hopkins, a long-time avoider of Fogtown barbers and boycotter of Tresemme products, attempt to ban the use of his DNA as evidence because it would prove him guilty. The 31-year-old will continue his quest to prove that a man who represents himself truly does have a fool for a client.
A 38-year-old man from Tokyo laments that his wife is no longer speaking with him. Akiko Kondo, a public face for fictosexuals everywhere, has encountered a challenge in his legal union to a holographic projection. Fictosexuals here defining as individuals with strong romantic feelings for fictional characters. Mr. Kondo says that he's hit a technical roadblock with his wife of 4 years, his wife being a holographic projection of a 16-year-old pop singer with blue hair. This proves that even when they create a woman a computer, some men will still pick someone young enough to ignore red flags. The issue arising is with regards to the company that provides the artificial intelligence required to communicate with the hologram would no longer be providing the service. See, every relationship is not immune from the silent treatment.
This Mr. Kondo, is he related to Marie Kondo?
Not to my knowledge.
Ah, I guess she won't be bringing any joy. Truly a case of hating the player and the game. So, in other game-related news, former professional biter and world champion boxer Mike Tyson is in the news, continuing to show why he is a washed-up piece of shit. He has lost an arm wrestling contest to washed-up never-really-was rapper The Game. Tyson proving once and for all that you can not only lose to the game, you can also lose the game, and you've all just lost the game.
We here apologize. In local news, the province continues buzzing about the royal visit, which occurred on the 17th. While it is refreshing that rich people can look miserable too, I just want to use the opportunity to say, eat the rich, but in this instance, save the hats for Nan.
And to quote most of the Nans out there, Their Highnesses paid a visit to several spots in the city, and the heir to the throne even pulled a pint at Kitty Bitty Brewery. Social media then poked fun at the head on the pint he pulled, but he's used to having his head mocked ruthlessly. That has two meanings. In other head news, we go now to a report from our correspondent Andrew Big Mac Lansdell with the latest tech to fight COVID.
Glory holes are what BC health officials are recommending to single-handedly stop the spread of COVID-19. The BC Centre for Disease Control added new recommendations for socially distant sex to its COVID-19 website this week. One of those tips were to try using a glory hole, a hole cut into a wall that's only large enough for a penis to slip through. Glory holes are typically used for anonymous oral or penetrative sex, according to Urban Dictionary, the encyclopedia website that you use to finally find out what the hell a lumpkin is. BC health officials also recommend taking your desires into your own hands if you're worried about a coronavirus infection. This recommendation is just a tip and not a firm rule, according to the website, but they aren't recommending against the shaft either. It's really special seeing people coming together in these trying times, Dr. Phil Ashian says. You are your safest sex partner. Masturbating by yourself will not spread COVID-19, Dr. Ashian added. Your next safest partner is someone you live with, or a person who has only had contact with you and no one else. However, try to avoid the family parakeet, the BCCC said. Other socially distant sexual pursuits include masturbating in the same room as a partner, playing Dungeons and Dragons, or engaging in virtual sex with hot milfs that are always somehow less than a kilometer away from you. With big shiny news, reporting from Skookumchuck, BC. Back to you, Sarah.
Thank you for that, Andrew, and it is refreshing to know that parakeets remain a bane of most households. Chris?
Concern tonight in the medical community as doctors make urgent pleas to young men to stop masturbating with banana peels. Dr. Diana Gill of internet medical service Doctor4You, a name that inspires confidence if ever I've heard one, is one such practitioner, pointing out that people with latex allergies are also very likely to be allergic to banana peel. But as individuals using this method have likely never needed a condom in the first place, they may be unaware of the allergy. Dr. Gill goes on to add that microscopic parasites and insects often live in fruit peels, which can cause rashes and or sores in the genital area. I wish I'd known this a week ago. While that should be enough to dull the appeal of this practice and make people split, some people, users of the popular social media site Reddit, are unperturbed. User Jhawk969 nice claims to have done it hundreds of times, claiming it is the closest thing to a blowjob and saying that those with bad experiences must have been using rotten ones. Users of the website jackinworld.com, which is absolutely a real site, I am not even kidding, claiming to be the ultimate male masturbation resource, rank the Banana Man method a 4 out of 5 gym socks. 78-year-old Pete Asium, a platinum user of the site, has found the method quite fruitful. He recommends heating the peel in the microwave for 12 seconds exactly. Not all members were quite as ready to endorse the method, however, with one claiming it felt like 1,000 mosquitoes stinging my penis and scrotum, and the pain lasted for a minute, even after I made a mad dash to the shower and literally soaked my member with a 50 psi stream of water to get the banana off. I got nothing.
In recent news, Walking Sentient Onion article, Jordan Peterson blames his inability to get erections on a specific swimsuit model in a display that the youths are calling cringe. Yumi New graced the cover of this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Yumi New. Which Peterson responded to via Twitter stating, quote, "Sorry, not beautiful, and no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that," end quote. When confronted with his statements being fatophobic, misogynistic, and, well, wrong, Peterson doubled down and stated, "It's a conscious progressive attempt to manipulate and retool the notion of beauty, reliant on the idiot philosophy that such preferences are learned and properly changed by those who know better. But don't let that stop you." So, when faced with an opportunity to apologize for calling a woman he doesn't know unattractive, Peterson went on into the skid and used pseudoscience to explain attractiveness. Siri, define irony. Many publications or public reporters, this one included, have agreed that he used a lot of words when he could have simply said, "Women won't fuck me." On Reach for Comment, Yumi New stated, "I win, you lose." This was in reference to the overwhelming public opinion that Peterson should attend therapy to help him get over being stood up at prom, but also the fact that this model made a large sum of money to be photographed in a swimsuit, where most people would pay good money for Peterson to do the opposite. He's like that really smarmy uncle that everybody has in their family that went to college, but instead of ruining Thanksgiving, he just universally dries out vaginas.
He's almost like a Bounty Selecta size. No, wait. they like picking up the thicker ones.
In related news, Peterson will be teaming up with Dyson to make a dryer specific for vaginas.
Get them started, and they even make the same sound. Oh, wait. I'm getting a report. We have some breaking news from our European correspondent. Let's go live to him now.
Gluten Tag. Breaking news from Austria. An Austrian soldier has been jailed for 19 months after getting a swastika tattooed on his testicle. The 29-year-old drank 2 bottles of Fireball whiskey before his brother tattooed the band symbol on his scrotum. Witnesses say that it was large in size, veiny, and red. However, it's unclear if they were talking about the tattoo. He reached out to his brother, but Mr. Schneider, Nazi Inkenballen, declined to comment. He posted pictures of the tattoo online. Comments ranged from disgust to encouragement to people claiming to have had sexual intercourse with his mother. We sent an intern to interview the scrotum himself, but due to a documentation error, Dave was sent to Australia and killed by a spider. This has been Andrew Big Money Lansdale with Big Shiny News, live from Vienna. Take it away, Chris.
Thanks, I think. We're getting an update that, yes, the soldier will be made to have laser removal of all his genitalia because he should not be allowed to reproduce. Okay, perfect, yeah.
In sadder news, a 28-year-old man in San Diego, California is dead after a car crash with 2 other vehicles. Officials believe that he was mixing a protein powder into his drink with a knife while driving when he lost control of the vehicle, colliding with the others. While distractions are generally being the main cause of motor vehicle accidents, the specific presence of the knife was ultimately the issue, as the man survived the crash only to stab himself with his stirring knife. Upon immediate discovery of the accident, an officer stated, "This is clearly the heartbreaking result of texting and driving. Wait, why is there a knife in his neck?" It was speculated that the man who was not the sharpest tool in the shed did enjoy mixing drinks with the sharpest tool while driving.
I guess he was cut from the wrong cloth. I'll take a stab at this next story. Walmart, the world's leading exploiter of third world youth, has come out with yet another remarkably tasteful product line that just shows how in touch they are with the minorities. In recognition of the US federal holiday for Juneteenth, the retail giant Douchebag is releasing Juneteenth ice cream, copied from a black-owned company, and party supplies including J19 pins, novelty eyewear, and Freedom Day paper plates. You know, the branding that we used for the day where all the COVID restrictions got lifted? Because comparing that with the end of slavery is just bang on the mark. Nothing wrong with that. Great Value also had the audacity to try to kick some knowledge on the side of the pint-sized container with an Our Story message that reads, "Share and celebrate African American culture, emancipation, and enduring hope." Because nothing screams black culture like red velvet cheesecake swirl ice cream. Perfect for a hot afternoon in the cotton fields, am I right? It's okay, I can make that joke. Other remarkably tasteful products include It's the Freedom for Me on a napkin and attempting to trademark Juneteenth. Because nothing says, hey, we are really happy we can't be owned anymore, like a white person trademarking a holiday.
Well, you know, Chris, Juneteenth could be a reason to celebrate. We could be happy. It's the day slavery ended and racism went away.
Did you just white-splain Juneteenth to me? Seriously? Do I come to your house and tell you how to alphabetize your Lululemons? Or arrange your Birkenstocks by shade? Do I give you tips for how to win your competitive wreath-hanging tournaments? Do I help you find things for your after-school activity treasure hunt? Karen?
Stop following my family, Chris.
That's all we have time for this evening. Please
Thank
join
you.
us again, and please, here's hoping for a brighter tomorrow. Good night.
The big shiny news, everybody!